Hello, Interpersonal Communications class. My name is Sheila Tirado, and the chapter I got was chapter 11, which is managing conflict. There are 4 different types of conflict styles. The first one being avoidance, which is a lose-lose situation. Say you get in a fight with someone, you storm out before you act the rage, you say something that in the end you'll only end up regretting. Although yes, you have time to cool off and time to let it go, that is never the answer, because you just keep it bottled in, you don't talk about it, you don't speak it out, and in the end you'll probably just end up blowing out. It'll end up coming out anyways, and it could be the breaking point of your friendship, your relationship, whatever it is, when in the end you could have probably, it could have been a small problem, you could have easily sat down, talked about it, worked it out, and you just let it get past that point. And the second one is accommodation, which is when lose situations. Say you're in a fight with someone and you don't even want to argue, and you just let them get the benefit of the doubt, you let them win but you lose. That is also never the answer, because in the end it probably obviously was something that bothered you, that you cared, you just didn't feel like going past that. That's also never the end. If it's something that is bothering you, something that you don't like, you should speak it out, you should talk about it, you should tell them, hey, I don't like this because of this, and in the end it'll probably just end up being better for your relationship, instead of maybe causing it to also be the breaking point once again. The third is compromise, which is a win-lose situation, and the fourth one is the style that you should want to go for, which is collaboration. Sit down, talk about it, work it out, find something to meet in the middle with both ways, where you both agree, collab, win. It's the way to go. Which comes to my first research, which was about interracial couples and how they managed working it out in the beginning. They talked about how open communication was key, about how knowing how to manage your conflicts was key, and about how just talking it out is a simple answer to all of it. The 9 couples were both Caucasian, were a mix of Caucasian and Asian, and they talked, one example they gave in it was where Asians, in their culture, it's more like their decisions are more group-based. More they care about what their parents think a lot, they care about what the people around them will think about them. For example, say you want to marry someone and the parents are like, no, we don't like them for you, so you let it go. Whereas in the United States, it's a little more individual. For example, once you're 18, you move out, you leave the nest, you leave the house. It's 2 different types of styles, and so they clash, right? For example, I have a personal experience. My parents are Mexican, so I am a Latina, and it's a big thing because out here, at the age of 18, you move out, you live on your own in an apartment, you go to college, you dorm. And I tell my mom all the time, okay, it's time for me to go, time for me to dorm somewhere, time for me to live on my own and see the world. And she's like, no, the day you leave will be the last day of my life, will be the day my life ends. She acts like if it's a whole big thing if I end up leaving. But I think it's just her culture. It's how she was grown up, how her mom was with her till the end, how her mom's mom was with her till the end. So how she saw it and how she expects it. But out here, living in the USA, even in shows, you see that they leave at the age of 18, that they move out on their own. So I think that too. I think it's time for me to go and time for me to live on my own. But we clash in there, and it's something that we both need to talk about, something that we need to collab on and work out. And so that's how they are. And although in marriage and relationships there will always be conflict, with interracial there will be an even bigger conflict, because there's 2 different values, 2 different sets of things you're used to, things you do. And they talk about how you should just do the best of both worlds. All couples have kids except one. They're looking into adoption, so they're gonna have kids soon. And they talk about how you should just collab, how you should bring one culture and one other culture, things you like, say traditions you have from both cultures, and mix it into one. And they say that that's the win-win point, and I think that's super cool and the right way. So you don't fight about this and that and about this and that from here, you just make it into one. You bring in the stuff you like from here and the stuff you like from here, and you use those things with your family and you make it into your own thing. My second research was managing conflict in a workplace, and they had 60 employees. 15 of them were female and 45 of them were male, and they were between the ages of 22 and 55. They had projects to do, and they had to find solutions to them, working with each other, collabing with each other, but they were supposed to figure out how they were going to make it work. And the way they did the research was they used the Pearson correlation, which is the measurement strength of two variables with each other. Once in the end, they talked it out, and they said that the level of interpersonal communication between group members, they had chosen that the best way was the cooperation technique, which is talking it out. Once again, collabing, once again, putting in your ideas, everyone, and finding the best outcome for it. Never one person trying to take the lead. They talked about how that was not the way to go, but instead all working together and everyone doing it. And I think that's really the answer, and I think it's something that it may not be easy. Personally, I find it that it could be really embarrassing sometimes to just sit down and talk about it. Or once again, personal experience, like my parents, as soon as you talk back, they feel like you're attacking them, like you're putting them down, and like you're acting like what they're saying isn't important. But it's not like that. I just want to talk it out. I just want to collab and work it out without no needing to yell. And so, although it could be a hard thing, avoidance is never the answer. Fighting about it is never the answer. Just sit down, talk about it, work it out. Manage your conflicts the right way instead of letting it blow out. And that's what these researchers have shown me, that collabing is the best answer for managing conflict. The communication really is key. Thank you.